I didn't say that Puerto Rican people weren't on the scene while this was going on. I didn't say that people of Caribbean lineage weren't some of the first to DJ and all of that. Kool Herc was of Jamaican lineage.
Yeah.
What we're saying is that everything that they were doing was a Black American thing.
You recognize that there could have been or probably was dudes that was half Spanish or Spanish involved in hip hop, but they weren't speaking up, living that Spanish lifestyle is what you...
So they would have had to tell you that they was Puerto Rican. Matter of fact, a line that Ruby D's, my name is Ruby D and I'm a Puerto Rican. You might think I'm Black by the way that I'm speaking.
All right, but okay, now stop right there.
Why would you have to say that?
So wouldn't the Puerto Rican culture be involved from the beginning?
No,
Isn't that
because
what they're saying?
he already said he wasn't there from the beginning.
Okay.
He's got in around 76, 77. We got some people saying hip-hop started really around 70, 71. But if we go by the timeline of Kool Herc, then it's 73. So if the first Puerto Rican MC was in 76...
They're 3 years already behind.
This thing why I'm not speaking on this Jamar Joe situation. Jamar gonna do what he do. You know, I know it. He know it. Would you say that some of the stuff that you writing, if he was standing next to you? If you can't say it next to him, why write it?
Because they just don't respect it, man. And we've seen it time and time again. We just try to be so nice. So nice. You know. But I think this new younger generation, you know, they're getting hip, they're getting smarter. And we're gonna help them smarten up too. Yesterday's FBA is not today's FBA.
I don't want to entertain this talk. Joe said what he said. He said how he feels. You know, we're doing like a level of journalism here. The goal is to be objective. And we don't, no journalist can remain 100% objective. We're all humans, we all got feelings. Some issues hit harder than others. Fat Joe is allowed to have his feelings.
Just a bunch of broke niggas, da-da-da. So I'm gonna tell you also why he thought he could say that. Because he was sitting in front of Math Hoffa. And Math Hoffa, you know, is just starting to get some money and shit like that. And he knows that Math Hoffa is one of these dudes that respect niggas like him for having money. So, and he wants to make him feel like welcome to the money club, right? So he gonna bring up money, whoever these broke niggas are, you know, because you're not a broke nigga. Like, we know, we both niggas with money, right? So let's talk about these broke niggas.
Now, since Fat Joe done put himself on the FBA radar once again, right? I ended up making a previous video as a teachable moment for the migrants and the narrative that's out here about FBAs, right? That the FBAs is just a bunch of hateful individuals who don't like anybody but their own race. So I made that previous video as a teachable moment, but it really ain't do no good. But anyway, I forgot to give a shout out to Lord Jamar, because since then he has kept his foot on Fat Joe's neck for the disrespect, man. Straight up. Lord Jamar is showing the true example of a grown-ass FBA. And Fat Joe, you need to ask yourself this one question, right? The very few hits that you had in your career, name me one hit without an FBA standing next to you. From Lil Wayne, I Make It Rain. From Remy Ma, Lean Back. To Ashanti, What's Love. Then you end up got the nerve to jump on a podcast, throw shots at FBA individuals, and have the nerve to talk that money talk. FBAs, are the reason you able to talk that money talk. The reason you able to make the moves you make today, man, straight up. Now, the reason why he didn't respond to the disrespect is because, he don't want to follow in the true oppressor's ambitions, which is divide and conquer, right? But I want to say this to Math Hoffa. Only people with the divide and conquer energy is Fat Joe. Not one FBA, not Lord Jamar. Shout out to Tariq Nasheed. He spoke his opinion on the situation, but not one FBA has gave a divide and conquer type of energy. From my perspective of me just watching everything, as far as FBAs, it's just people giving their opinion about a debate, about hip-hop, who started hip-hop. Ain't no to say somebody is giving a divide and conquer will be giving disrespect to another race, saying, oh, we ain't rocking with this race, or F this race. Actually, FBAs gave props to, Puerto Ricans and Latinos and whatnot. They just said they didn't start hip-hop. They said they contributed. So I don't understand where the divide and conquer narrative keeps getting pushed, because FBAs have an opinion and is proud that we done started hip-hop. That just is what it is. It ain't no divide and conquer. Only divide and conquer is Fat Joe. You have to divide and conquer when a person starts disrespecting another culture, because then that creates the animosity. But having an intellectual debate, I don't really see what's the problem. Then you had the other co-host from Math Hoffa's podcast. He gave a sorry excuse as well, which I ended up playing that clip before I start talking, saying Fat Joe was entitled to his opinion, right? Well, I'm going to ask you as a black man, as a journalist, ain't you entitled to your opinion as well? And when I say that, giving your opinion, not just sitting here giggling like a little schoolgirl when he's sitting here throwing shots at black individuals and whatnot. Or unless you really felt how he felt, or you was just scared. You was entitled to your opinion too, sir. So I'm going to just leave that right there as well. You know what I'm saying? So I just wanted to give Lord Jamar his flowers, because ever since this incident, he's him standing up as a man, and pretty much keeping his foot on Fat Joe's neck about that disrespect, and still being an intellectual man, because none of this got to go to violence and all that. I listened to the podcast again with Fat Joe. He talking about he got guns in the car and this, that. So tell me, who's really with the divide and conquer energy? Two men can have a debate. Two men can have a difference in a situation. And two men could sit down and get to the bottom of the situation. They're painting this narrative that FBAs have all this hatred. But this is a prime example. I haven't seen one FBA throwing out a bit of hate. Just intellectual point of views. You know what I'm saying? So all this narrative that FBAs don't like this and don't like this race, don't like that, it's just a narrative that's trying to get pushed, man. Math Hoffa, that was a poor excuse, but salute to you, brother. I wish nothing but the respect and success to everyone, even Fat Joe. But at the same time, man, y'all can't push that false narrative on somebody that's being respectful. Shout out to Lord Jamar. He handled it like a real FBA and stood his ground, and at the same time kept his foot on Fat Joe's neck for that disrespect. Fat Joe, like I said, you ain't had one hit on your own, and now that you done outcast yourself, good luck being on your own, man. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is, man. Like I said, shout out to Lord Jamar, speaking his piece and standing up like a man, straight up. This Bezo. I said what I said. Y'all like, y'all share, y'all subscribe. Call this another teachable moment. Because like I said, ever since I did my previous video and the videos I've been seeing, the narrative is getting pushed that like FBAs is just this hatred type of thing. No, it's a lineage. You know what I'm saying? It ain't nobody following nobody. If y'all want to call somebody an African American, black folks didn't invent African American. That was given to black folks. So if that's the case, then pinpoint, it's just another way of saying African American. That's all it is, man, straight up. This Bezo, y'all like, y'all share, y'all subscribe, tune in, because I'm staying going in. Shout out Lord Jamar, man. Peace. Like, share, and subscribe, too. Shout out to my FBAs, man. Y'all see that fist up there? It is what it is. I'm out.